Hey drummers, how's it going? It's Alex once again, bringing you some more fun-free drumming ideas. Now, today's lesson is a bit of an impromptu one. I wasn't sort of necessarily planning to do that, so much so that I didn't even bring my hat with me today. But I've had a few students ask about how to play the groove from the song Tequila. I'm not sure if there's something going around, but it seems to be very popular in my little circle at the moment. So I thought I'd do a nice little lesson to break it down, because it's one of those songs which is sort of known throughout. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're from. You've probably heard that. Ba, 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 da, da, da. Tequila, da, 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 da. It's one of those catchy little tunes that just sort of, you know, transcends borders and cultures and all that sort of thing. And it sort of makes us a nice sort of like gateway groove if you want to get into maybe that sort of like South American Latin style of drumming. So we've got like a little clave style pattern up on the bell of the ride, whereas underneath we've got a nice pulse going boom snare, boom snare. So it's a great little, a great little exercise if you want to sort of practice a little bit of independence between your right foot, your left hand, and of course your right hand going up and playing that little pattern on the bell. Of course, once we've got that down, we can start moving the idea around the kit and having a little bit of fun with it. So if you like what's on the intro and you want to give this one a crack, stick around and I'll break it down. Here we go. Alright, so it's going to be pretty easy to explain. I think the best thing to do is just to start off by playing it between the kick, the snare and the hi-hat. Once we've got the pattern down there, all we're going to do is chuck our right hand over to the bell of the ride, start playing around with it there, get the speed up a tiny bit, get the feet sort of like walking, as that's a nice little way of keeping time. And then we can bring our right hand down to the floor tom, maybe put our, play the back beats up on the high tom, maybe even a bit from the double kick. We'll see how it goes. But if we just go through measure one, first of all, we're going to be playing with like quarter notes and eighth notes. You could think of this as eighth notes and sixteenth notes, but we're just going to play it across two bars because it's easy to count and it'll make a bit more sense. We're going it, bar by bar. So if we now break this down, just looking at measure one, on the hi-hat, we're going to go bass and hi-hat for beat one, snare and hi-hat for beat two. When we get to beat three, we've got a kick and a right hand, but we're also going to play a right hand on the and of beat three, so we get three and. Following that, we've got beat four, which we're just going to hit the snare drum on its own. We're not going to crack it with a hi-hat. We're going to play the hi-hat on the and of beat four. So you're going to get this four and. If we now put that together, we're going to get 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. Nice and fast. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. All we're going to do now is we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to add a kick right at the end, which will be beat one of the next measure. So we know if we can squeeze that in now, then playing from that when we move to measure two, it's going to make things a lot easier. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, that kicks on its own. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. Cool, so you've got that nice little left-right kick as you go back into beat one of measure two. Boom, snare, boom, right, left, right, kick. Cool, we move that up to the bell. I bet that's stupidly loud. All right, and that is measure one. If we move on to measure two, I'll just sort of play it nice and slowly. So we're going to get this 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So we've got kick on its own, kick, right, left, right. Okay, so we've got kick, right, left, right at the beginning. So this is going to be 1 and 2 and. For beat three, we hit the bass drum and the hi-hat. 3, wait until beat 4, and then we're going to slap snare drum and hi-hat together, giving us 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Let's go a bit faster. Kick, right, left, right, together, together. All right, now let's put that up onto the ride. Okay, I'm putting that little pause, shut up, ride cymbal. I'm putting that little pause at the end just so I can reset. I'm not trying to sort of loop this round because obviously, like going back into beat one of the first measure, we're playing both the ride and the kick at the same time. Obviously, but with measure two, we're just looping that round to get used to that pattern. Just put that little gap afterwards so you're not going to sort of get into the habit of always wanting to try and play that bass drum ride together. So we're going to get this kick, right, left, right, kick, hands. All right, and that's the way I'd go about it. I'd see if I can learn measure one, get the muscle memory down for that, and then same thing for measure two. Next thing to do is put them both together, and it should sound nice and slowly while counting. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Let's go a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. All right, if we get to that point, it's starting to come together. Let's move it over to the bell of the ride. Okay, you can start to sort of hear that little ping, 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 starting to come through. If you want to just isolate the right hand, it's going 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. In fact, you can clap it. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Let's see if we can make it pop out on here. Alright, so let's start speeding it up a bit. And the only thing I'm going to do now is every time my left hand comes down, I'm going to step on the hi-hat. So without the ride cymbal pattern, I'm just going to be going. So my feet are just walking. Boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, step, boom, step, boom, step, boom, step. Let's go a bit faster. Tequila. That's how it goes. Okay, so now we've broken down the entire pattern. We've sort of looked at ways to sort of practice it, so we've had a look at each individual measure. I'm just going to pop up there. I'll play a few different speeds. Once we get up to the same sort of tempo of the song, I'll just show you, all I'm going to be doing. I'll always be playing the same pattern, but I'm going to maybe just move my right hand from the ride cymbal down to the floor tom, replace the snare drum hits with the tom, so you get this nice little tom groove, and maybe chuck in some double kicks as well for a bit of fun. All right, so right, here we go. All right, so nice and slow. Let's speed things up just a little bit. Tequila. Right, now up to speed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double kick. Alright drummers, so there it is. I hope you enjoyed that lesson. Thank you very much for watching. It's a great little groove. Like I said, it's a nice little gateway into getting some of those sort of more Latino style patterns going on where your right hand's not necessarily holding down like a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you've got these nice little like clave style patterns where it's a bit more syncopated and has a real voice in comparison to a lot of the stuff where we do like rock, funk and all that other bits. So I hope you enjoyed that lesson. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously the sheet needs to be coming up throughout the video. So if you want to refer to any parts, just rewind a little bit, pause it, work on that and then piece it all together. And with all that said, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you very soon for some more fun-free drumming ideas. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye!